Today I am going to talk about, getting the answers from your knowing. Um, my knowing usually comes up if I allow it during my meditation. Um, I have a mentor, his name is Matthew Hurtado. Um, while he was talking to me, I was explaining to him, it was a conversation, and I kept on saying, I don't know. And in reality, I do know. My words dictate exactly what is going to happen. So I've been doing, he has it's called the ABC break process. I've done it before I went to his workshop, but not in that manner. And I stopped doing it. And ever since I continue to do it again, I'm getting a lot of insights, a lot of things that I should be doing. Even this video came from my meditation. So when you do this, I'm gonna put a link below so that you can go to his website and see how he does his ABC break process. But what I usually do is, I've done before, prior to going to his workshop, was I would sit in silence and just try to think of nothing. In the prior videos, I showed you how techniques to help you think of nothing. And then, and it's really hot over here, I'm sweating like crazy. And then once you're in almost like a nothingness state, relaxed state, then you start imagining you can start from the beginning to the end of what your goal is going to be, which could be that from the beginning, my car is run down, it looks ugly, it leaves me in places that I don't want to be left. So you imagine the beginning of the scenario, which is your car is messed up, and then you imagine yourself buying the car, and it's almost like the secret. But there has to be a sense of feeling when you're imagining that. So if you don't feel like goosebumps, or you don't feel like excited, like you really want to jump up and say yes, oh my God, this is so great, then imagining it really won't do you any good, because it's not really the imagination that's working for you. It's the fact that the imagination is allowing you to feel as though it's a reality. So sometimes when I don't feel, there's some thunder here. Sometimes when I don't feel motivated, or I feel like things are not going right, I do the mantra that I did in the prior video, which I can put a link on to that too. Or when I meditate, I go to the place where I want to be, the place that will get me the things that I want. For example, if I want a certain amount of money, what is that money going to buy me? It's going to buy me trips around the world, or it's going to buy me a nice place to stay, or it's going to buy me recreation for my children. It's going to buy me super loud. It's going to buy me getting the gifts for my kids that they want for Christmas, or for their birthday, or it's gonna buy me, I don't know, a lavish night out, or being with my friends, whatever it is. You imagine that, and you even imagine, let's say, if it's gonna get me a night with my friends, my girlfriends, so that we can go out and enjoy ourselves. Imagine that. Imagine what will the night out be, or imagine what the car is going to look like, or imagine what the apartment's going to look like, all that stuff. Um, so on my insight, let's see, I have, so what I got on my insight was get all of your information for success from your knowing, which is what you would get if you were in the silence, and allow your knowing to kind of come in and give you the answers that you need to get what you want. And it says, I meditate on my future results that I want to achieve, and once um, imagining the end results, I ask, oh, yes, I ask my future self, hey, how did you get there? How did you get to have all these things that you want? Um, and not, or how did you get to where you want to get to? Or how did you attain those goals? Or how did you, get that new car? And I imagine, my future self just walking down the beach, and then my current self running up to my future self and saying, hey, I just wanted to ask you a question. How did you get to, getting this type of lifestyle? And my future self actually tells me, and it's really exciting because when you think about it, you're like, yeah, you're right. That is how you get the things that you want. I remember there was a time in my life where I felt like everything that I imagined, or everything that I wanted, I got. I didn't. I mean, I had to work for it, but it was like the road was paid for me, and then all of a sudden it just kind of dropped off, and it was because my practices dropped off. I would punish myself, energetically, for example, I used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing it right now, and it's not because I have the willpower. It's because I'm so excited about the future, that the future wakes me up to that point. So there was a point where I stopped waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and doing my rituals, which, I can speak about those rituals later on in another video. And I felt really disappointed in myself, and I built up a lot of guilt, shame and judgment. And I feel like that's what brought me to downhill, because the more judgment you have, the less your manifestations are going to come. So it's better to clear all the judgments and that you have against yourself. Let's see. Forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah. So I used to, everything I wanted, I pretty much got. If I wanted a promotion, I got the promotion. If I wanted to go to a certain place, I got that certain place. If I wanted a certain car, I got that certain car. It was like limitless. Whatever I wanted, whatever I could imagine, and pretend that it was happening, I would end up getting it between 3 to 4 months from the time that I originated my creation. So if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment below. Like this video, subscribe it. I hope I went into enough details for you guys to implement this. Remember, just imagine your lifestyle, and then at the end of your imagination, have your current self ask your future self, hey, how did you get there? And for the most part, you'll get a good answer. If it doesn't work the first time, try it for a week. If it doesn't work for a week, you can comment, email me, and see if maybe we can brainstorm on what are the things that maybe could happen for you to start talking to your future self. Again, thank you for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video.